So something important to understand about Shell is that he is a very damage focused character. So what that means is that he doesn't really have that much sustain. Basically every other melee character in the game, Mist, Vesper, Arena, they all have sustain, but Shell doesn't. Mist has her barrier, Arena has her heals, and Vesper has both, right? So what I'm basically suggesting here is that you should run, obviously, a bunch of damage stuff as you can see here, but also make sure that you have some sustain. So you can see there's a lot of stuff here, but I'm just going to boil it down to these few right here. So let's go over each one and kind of explain why they're integral to the skill tree. So the first ones we have here are the flex nodes. These three I think are incredibly important. You can tack on these two laceration nodes if you want, but we're going to talk about these three first and then we'll talk about the alternatives. I think Chained Bloodlust and Controlled Madness are extremely good. Annihilation Stance is an ultimate, and ultimates in this game as a solo player at the very least is very bad. You are taking 25% of your well, in theory, right, quote unquote, your total DPS, 25% of your total DPS, and you reserve that for this huge burst of stats, usually like healing, barrier, but not even in this case, it's just damage, and it tends to be pretty overkill and not even that strong. So this sort of regular ability with a 14-second cooldown isn't that much worse, and the duration is a lot shorter, but that can be supplemented with Chained Bloodlust, which allows you to get a bit more duration each time you hit an enemy with it. So this means that if you hit, let's say, 5 enemies, that is 1 second of duration, and because you can swing 1.5 times per second, that means if there's 5 enemies you can consistently hit, it will last forever. Now this usually won't happen. Your goal is to just get rid of a few enemies on board so you can kill the rest with your dash combos, right? But Chained Bloodlust and Controlled Madness makes Annihilation Stance an infinitely better ability. So I always recommend you go for these two at the very least. Now, Frenzied Blade Dance is quite bad. 50% increased, I guess, fire rate, right, is good on paper. The problem is that I actually like the AP scaling of the sword energy. You can see here it does 400%. Now, if you're going all in on attack damage, I see a way that you could justify this, but I actually don't think going all AD or attack speed is the way to go for Shell, and I'll kind of expand on that in a bit. But yeah, just keep in mind, I really don't recommend this node. Now, we have the other two laceration nodes here, but let's talk about the first one that I actually recommend you use all the time, which is Precise Strike. If laceration only hits one target, its cooldown is reduced by 30%. Keep in mind that this really only applies to red laceration. Blue laceration is used for multiple enemies, or if you want to dodge something. Now, against a boss, obviously, blue laceration is not that bad. You can use blue laceration, dodge an attack, 30% cooldown off. I'm just speaking generally in terms of crowd control, right? Now, I really recommend this one because it allows you to do some really nice combos, very consistent combos. You can attack an enemy, and as long as you only hit one, you get a 30% cooldown reduction, and as long as you hit an enemy period, you get another 35% cooldown reduction. That actually is kind of multiplicative. It reduces seconds based on the total cooldown. So in this case, it would be 35% of 7.5. But this is an active cooldown reduction, right? So what would happen is this would reduce by 30% and then it would reduce by another 35% of the total cooldown, which means that's 65% cooldown reduction whenever you hit just one enemy, which is really strong. Now, we have the other two nodes here. The reason I'm not running these is because I actually don't like them that much. Flow of Energy is all right. I'm running some life nodes here that kind of help me use flashed up very often, so I don't really have to worry about it. But if you feel like you need to use your flashed ups a lot and you're kind of just always running low and not able to kill enemies, or if you're going against the boss, you're not able to attack them with your basic attacks, because I believe if you attack them with basic attacks, you... Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, this one. If you attack a boss, you get a bit of your flash step back. If that's an issue for you, then yeah, sure, go for it. Rapid Draw, I think, is quite It's really, really good combined with not Flow of Energy, Precise Strike. If you hit only one enemy with the red laceration, that is a 95% cooldown reduction in total. Of course, the downside is that blue laceration is a lot worse now. You don't get the invulnerability, so I don't know. I don't run it. So let's talk about some of the other nodes now. We've got a few damage nodes here. These, I put them on here not because they're 100% optimal, but just because these are the ones that I definitely prefer. And then the two I didn't mention here are like kind of whatever. So Soul Acceleration is the big one. You should run this. It reduces the cooldown of all dash and teleport memories by about 30%. So that would mean that Laceration is actually around 5 seconds. So yeah, it's pretty good. Keep in mind that blue laceration does not get the cooldown reduction because it doesn't count as a dash and teleport. I'm pretty sure. Now I put these two in here, critical strike damage. Understand that critical strike damage is multiplicative. Well, at least on top of the, how do I say this? It is a modifier that is multiplicative. Now, of course, you're adding, right? Normally critical strikes do double damage, so if you added these two, you'd be doing 154% extra damage, which would be 254% damage total. That's not technically that's not an extra 50% damage tacked on, right? So keep that in mind. But understand that if you ran something like, for example, Aggressive Stance, which only gives you 8 AD, look at how much AD you already have. You have 60. This is AD that it's not going to scale with your passive, right? If you were running Hurricane, which I am, you'd be getting 5.25 attack damage, which is quite bad, but that will scale over time. And understand that 8 AD in the grand scheme of things is really not that much percentage-wise. So this is a lot better to me. Now, you'll see that I'm running Ability Power. Ability Power is, I think, a bit of a controversial thing to add in here. But if we want to talk about how 8 AD isn't that much in the grand scheme of things, you'll notice that 27 AP is quite small, right? So if you add 8 AP on top of that, that's quite good percentage-wise. I just think it's a good addition, and the main reason I think it's a good addition is because Shell does not have Sustain. Now, I did say before, you know, you can add some sustain, right? In the build that I'm running, I actually run health potions, so I get more from health potions and they spawn more often. But I don't really think that's enough. You do need some healing memories or barrier memories, which come almost exclusively from AP. So that 8 AP can bring you quite far, and if you get a Chaos that allows you to choose between AP or attack speed, if you're early on, I actually would recommend taking AP. AP is really, really good. It's something that you will need. Hybrid is best run, in my opinion, especially if you're a solo player, as a hybrid, okay? Now, all of these damage notes to me are quite whatever, except for I think the critical strike damage is quite good, and I think you should definitely take the Soul Acceleration. Attack speed is also here. It's just because it scales well. It scales well. If you didn't know, upgrading your passive basically increases the ratio from 1% attack speed to 0.6 attack damage, 0.7 attack damage, and increases by 0.1. It's very, very strong. So yeah, just keep that in mind. It's good for late game. So now we have these two life nodes, and we have this inspiration node. Now these two life nodes, I kind of like to talk about them together because the ultimate goal of these two nodes is to get your flash step back. So Transcendence increases your flash step cooldown by 1 second, but when you have no flash step charges and you kill an enemy, it reduces the cooldown by 70%. Now, what is 70%? 70% is 1 charge of flash step plus like half. So you get one and a half of your dash charges back. Now, if you ran something like gunpowder propelled leap, that would give you even more charges, which would mean that you would get even more of your flash steps back, but I'm not running that. You definitely can if you want. I just wanted the health potion stuff, to be honest. Now that I'm kind of thinking about it, it sounds quite good. But complete immersion is, I think, the better option between this and leap. Mainly just because if you perform basic attacks on bosses, you will still reduce your cooldown by 25%, which is half of a flash step charge. That's pretty good. And especially, I've noticed when I use my annihilation stance, when I kill an enemy and I get my flash step cooldown back, it feels quite nice. Because I will get 95% of my flash step charges back if I kill an enemy and I have no dashes available at the time, which is really, really strong. And if I have one dash available, I still get half of it back. So it really works out, and it really just lets you go to town. And just generally speaking, I like the dash regen. So it really helps you stay alive, and more importantly, really helps you deal damage. I think that's the MO of Shell, which is deal damage. And even these like life nodes are in the service of doing damage, which is a little weird, but yeah. But the last one we have here is Creepy One-Eyed Doll. This is here as a suggestion. You know, you can get rid of it if you want, but if you're going to follow the skill tree with all of the nodes that I consider to be really, or the ones that I consider to really recommend, then you should run Creepy One-Eyed Doll and not run any other econ stuffs. Now, Creepy One-Eyed Doll is very, very polarizing. You have a 50-50 chance, coin flip, right, to either increase prices by 50% or lower prices by 70%. If you do like a platinum coin, I'm pretty sure it doesn't like change the price increase / decrease. I haven't tried it yet, but that's just my guess. As soon as you interact with the merchant, it starts the intimidation process. Now, the reason I suggest that you don't run any other econ stuff is because if you get lucky and you get that 70% price drop, I think more often than not, you can just buy 2 or 3 things for basically free. Like, essences do not cost a lot when they're 70% cheaper. It's just really good. Now, can you run, for example, 18% less, right? Sharp Negotiator? Yeah, I mean, you can. I just think that if you lose the coin flip and the price is increased by 32%, you probably don't want to buy from them anyway. So I don't really think there's a point to pushing that advantage when 70% is already enough. Now, if you want to run more econ stuff on top of it, be my guest. I don't know. Basically, everything else in here is interchangeable. I did bring up the health potion stuff. You don't have to run it. There's some other stuff that you could do. Maybe run some armor. You could run steel refinement. I think, you know, I do run regenerative skin, but it is also quite good. You can even run instinctive movement if you want. Leap is good also. There's definitely some stuff you can add on top of this or even swap out, and that's why I've kind of made sure that this little compact or more compact version of the skill tree exists, so you kind of understand what I value, and then you can kind of swap out the lesser value stuff that maybe doesn't matter as much. But I will say, Dream Dust is important, actually. You need a lot of Dream Dust to upgrade your passive, because the longer that it takes to get this online, the more likely that you will die, because you will not be able to out-damage enemies before they start chipping you down, right? And it can be really frustrating. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and do a run. I'll go ahead and show you how I play this character, and you can kind of follow my lead. Now, I do play basically exclusively Nightmare, and I basically play exclusively solo. It's a little weird, but I generally enjoy Nightmare. I like the better AI. It just feels like I'm challenged a bit more, especially in terms of my positioning. If you've never played Nightmare before, something interesting about this mode is that enemies will lead their shots. They will shoot further to the right if you're moving right, in hopes that you keep moving right and run into their shot. It is the coolest thing ever. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of explain how I'm doing things here. The main MO of this character is dash and slash, okay? Like this. And I whiffed. Sometimes you will just whiff. Unless you are a gamer god, in which case you will not. And I whiffed again. So I kind of want to talk about the role between red and blue laceration a little bit. I use blue laceration when I either want to dodge something or I want to do AoE damage. So if I go in here, boom, that's 4 creeps gone, just right out the gate. It's very simple. Now, red laceration is good for single targets. You'll notice there that I didn't get the single target. It was like a 2.6 second cooldown. But you know, sometimes it doesn't really matter. That was really bad. I recommend using your lacerations often. You will need to. They are very important to your kit. And you get them quite often if you use the skill tree that I'm using. Otherwise, they're like, what, like 5, 6, 7 seconds long? It's kind of annoying. Now, understand that Annihilation Stance is also really strong. You can pop it early here and really just go to town on these guys. I recommend going exclusively for crits, which just means like dashing and then autoing, right? But if you can and you're out of dashes, I would recommend trying to kill an enemy with a red laceration. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Recently which really just means like the past hour, I can't believe that didn't hit. For the past hour or so, I really contemplated using red lacerations on smaller enemies. Or I guess just dash slashes on smaller enemies. You don't really need to do that for like these little guys, right? I think I'm doing it too quick, and there's like some weird bug going on. Either that or my aim's just really bad. I have no clue, man. Also, I'm not using Whirlwind here on purpose. A Whirlwind is really good. You can use it and then just teleport into them. It's quite strong. I love it. I'm trying to think about what I haven't said yet. Oh yeah, there's this little tech you can do. I'm just gonna go ahead and show it off here. So let's say you want to use your blue laceration, but you want to use it really quickly. You can cancel your auto into your right click, or I guess your laceration. So you'll notice that when I click, I shine red or blue depending on what mode I'm going into. You'll notice that I'll shine blue and then instantly cast it like that. That was pretty quick, right? I don't even think you can even see the auto. This is what it looks like normally. Notice I only shine blue at the end there. But if I just do it with the red one, this is what it looks like. So if you want to just use any laceration, just look down, right, and see whether you need to cancel or not. If you do, then you do. If you don't, you don't. It's really good. It's really simple. I love it. It's great. Now the MO is also just not stick around too long. I feel like I'm using the term MO wrong, but I don't really. It's, you know, it's whatever. Get the idea. The idea is to just not stick around too long. The longer you stick around in the same position, the worse things are going to get for you, because that means that enemies are locked onto you, and you're probably not keeping track of where they're all at. And if you are, then I guess you don't gotta worry about anything. But I personally don't have that. I don't have that. I'm not blessed like that, I suppose. Yeah, I used that a little late there. Still haven't gotten any good memories that I can show off, like especially healing stuffs like Purgatory, Beam of Light. Those are the main reason you want to run that 8 AP in your skill tree. And it felt really bad to put it in there, just so you guys know. It does feel really awkward. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, if you try to do that tech after a crit, look at how long it takes me to auto after that. I'd have to like dash again and then do another auto. He's a little clunky in that way, you know, but he's my boy. I don't know. Oh my god. I just saw them charging at me. I was so scared. I'm kind of just used to going in and not using my Annihilation Stance, but really try to use it as much as possible. I'm just not good at this game, I guess. Alright, nice. I'm gonna try to do what I was doing earlier. I did it like once, and it felt really nice. I would just go around and dash slash over and over and over again. And it was pretty satisfying, but you can only really do it against the black spiders, because those are the ones that are really easy to one-shot, like basically all the time, no matter like how poor the scaling is. I have a really good understanding of playing Shell in Mode 1, because I just reset my stages like over and over again, because I'm a fucking madman. I really just like playing this character for the fundamentals, so I don't actually know what this character is like in the end game. So, you know, you guys can figure that out for me, right? Oh, my job. My job is to get you to the late game, and you can tell me what the late game is like. Oh my god, we gotta be in the light. Oh my god. Yes, we unironically don't use Dark Spear. 80 memories are not that good on this character. You just want to crit, you know. Your time is spent on crits. While other people are using AP memories, you were studying the blade, you know what I'm saying? Now, you see that little red laceration I just did there? That is a very key combo, okay? You dash and then you slash. If you hit only one enemy, that is like a 1 second cooldown on your red laceration. That shit is cracked. You see that shit, bro? Oh my lord. And you gotta make sure to dash, or sorry, slash in the opposite direction after. It's very good. I did not mean to do that. That was really stupid of me. Let's not worry about it. Yeah, you see that, bro? Actually, it's more than 1 second. Let's not worry about that. But that's why I don't really need, like, crazy early game damage. Because if you just do combos like that, you don't really need to worry about little creeps, you know? Like, the little guys are chill. You just gotta make sure to combo them properly. Like, clear them out with the blue laceration, or, you know, use another memory to clear them out. And then you can start doing combos and whatnot. Or if you just, like, see there, like, I specifically tried to aim at a spot where I didn't hit them. I think it was just in a good spot, actually. I don't think it was, like, an aim thing. I'm not sure. It's not like I'm, like, trying to do it particularly. I just do it and then I try to explain it. Alright, where are you at? Okay, there you go. But yeah, you'll kind of see, like, sometimes I'll just randomly dash in a location. I kind of just do it instinctively at this point. But sometimes I still whiff. Like, that was kind of embarrassing. Dude, do the spiders even do damage? Like, just walk around, bro. Holy. Oh, wait, I don't have any dream dust. I'm broke. But hopefully you guys can understand why I like this game so much. Or this character specifically. I like this game, don't get me wrong. But I enjoy this character a lot. I really liked Mist, and then Arena came out in the demo, and then I was like, okay, Arena's my favorite now. And then Shell came out, I was like, okay, Shell's my favorite now. You notice how I like every melee character except for Vesper, because he's kind of lame. He just attacks all day. Well, I don't know, Mist kind of does the same thing. Yup. Now, if you guys are wondering why I have so much dream dust, I don't know if I'm allowed to really say. Actually, you know what? I can say. I did some file editing. Because, okay, look, it says, it's literally in the FAQ, alright? I did it the day before, and I was kind of worried about it, but in hindsight, or not I guess in hindsight, but now that it's actually on the FAQ, I mean, it can't be that bad, right? I don't know, is this kind of cheating? Maybe, I don't know. That's pretty good. Actually, maybe I should have taken the 80 dot scales. Like, Shell is one of the highest 80s in the game. Alright, let me show off this beam of light. It's like really bad. This is not normal amount of stats. Like a 35 AD or AP, this is atrocious, right? But you know what, man? It works, you know? Damn. Already? Bro, I just got here. What's up, man? What the fuck are you doing, man? You do not know. What the fuck you doing, man? Alright. Whatever. I've been trying to figure out how to, like, kill this boss consistently for a while now. I'm kind of stressed out about it. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't do it quickly enough. Yeah, maybe I should just run away. Maybe that's the strat. I mean, it definitely is, actually. I don't know why I said that, like, it's like, oh, maybe. No, it definitely is. The thing is, we can kind of afford to do stuff like that. Because I'm a little bitch. I don't care how I spend my time. Okay, maybe I'm just getting fried anyway. Oh. I guess we'll just stack. You know what? I'm not even gonna really. I don't really want to touch I don't really want to touch the spectral bullet. I'm just doing this for demonstration anyway, so it'd be kind of stupid if I did that. Maybe I'll do it to show off like how good the scaling can be on the passive, because it is really good. Don't get me wrong. Well, I don't know why you would get me wrong. I didn't say anything that would imply that. Whatever. Let's not worry about that. Just play a game, boy. This is so bad. I need a fucking lock-in, bro. My play is so bad right now. This is why I know. This is why people don't say my playing is so bad, because that shit sounds like ass. That's why people just say like their play is bad. You know what I'm saying? All right, this water gun is so ass. Like 1 second stun, bro. Are you dead ass? I mean, I get why. I don't even really think it's that bad. I'm just fucking upset. See that damage, bro? Tell me that isn't cracked. Out the wazoo, bro. I'm good. Oh yeah. I am kind of wondering, like, do people struggle with playing the character? Or do they just struggle with winning? Because I struggle with winning too. I'm shit at this guy. But like, I don't know, man. This guy's early game is just really weak. You know, and I know I said I haven't really played his late game, but he could be cracked, I feel like. The main reason I say that is just because I think once you build up some AP and you get a really good scaling off of your passive, like, good shit happens, you know? You find ways to upgrade or like to buff your attack speed. I just aim the complete opposite way of where I was supposed to go. Is this not crazy? Like, sometimes I hit crazy shit and sometimes I just fumble. I don't know what's going on. I forget to use this every once in a while. Yeah. It's kind of a honestly, it's kind of a brainless move. I like the fundamentals of like kind of walking around the opponent, but you have to try so hard. I don't know, man. You really want to do that every day, bro? I have done like 10 shell runs in a row, just rolled one, so maybe my brain's just too practical for that. Maybe I should stop doing that. I don't know. Oh, that was stupid. I keep doing the cancel when I don't need to anymore. It's kind of stupid. If you ever think like, wow, we could have just used red laceration, that would have been 10 times better. Trust me, I know. I notice immediately, and then I'm like, oh fuck. I look stupid now. Because I do. I just use like blue laceration on one guy. Like, hello? Oh my god, I hit nobody. Okay, that one was intentional, but I don't know why I did that. So stupid anyway. Let's hope we can get a good intimidation. Because then we can get like 3 essences, right? Maybe a skill. Fuck you, dude. God damn it, bro. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? Alright. Boom. You see that damage, bro? That's cracked. You ain't never seen Mist do that before, trust. Well, I mean, you probably have, but like, come on. This is such consistent damage. Like, you need this in your life, bro, trust. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean, like, Mist has a shield passive that makes her invincible? Like, what? Oh, what are you talking about? Oh, I don't know how I whipped that. Hitboxes today, man. Hitboxes, bro. Hitboxes. Oh, that looks stupid. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Massive? Massive? That's why they call me the GOAT. that was pretty satisfying, I'm not gonna lie. Was that even impressive? I don't know, actually. It felt like I was doing a lot, so yeah, who knows, man. Oh, fuck you. Why did you dash over there? I was trying to get you. Alright. Well, come here. Oh, and there's like a target right in front of me. Oh shit. Oh shit. Alright. Could I have just used my ult? Yes. Yes, I could have. Why did I not? You wouldn't get it. You're not a pro shell player. So, shut the fuck up. Alright. Lock in, gang. Honestly, this boss is gonna be really easy because I just have Spectral Bullet. I don't know, do we want to just abuse that the entire time? Would I feel bad for that? Oh my god, I hate that shit, bro. Get away from me. Ain't nobody want to talk to you. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just gonna abuse it. I'm tired of losing these games, bro. Oh my god, there's no way I just did that. It's really hard to dodge these. I don't know why. There's just something about it that makes it really confusing. You know what, fuck it. I'm using that to run also. The king of running.